Okay, we're in the garage. This is the garage south interior wall. Excuse me, garage north interior wall. And this is a continuation of the water meter and water pressure. And we did find the main water shutoff valve. It's inside this wall right here. Parallel is on. Perpendicular is off. Perpendicular is off. It's kind of stiff, I gotta say, but that's okay. Insulated. This is a PEX water supply system. It's by Zern. This is a kind of a unique system in that you can, kind of like an electric service panel, if you want to the guest bathroom toilet, you can turn that off and work on the toilet and the rest of the house stays on. If you want to turn everything off, you just turn it right there. Turn it off right there. So PEX has a variety of reputations that you can find online. I'll let you do some research on that, and I'll get you some, I'll do some research myself. But that's it. This is so picking up some spares, because I said it's a continuation, but it's really not. We're going to do the water heater. This is the lawn sprinkler control, and these are the instructions, and these are the zones. We got 10 zones. This is a control receiver. Okay, the roof covering is relatively recent installation. We cannot find a weather sensor, only a weather receiver. And it would be reasonable to assume that, I mean, because most of the sensors, most of the sensors are attached to either fences or roof covering. So if it's on the edge of the roof and the roofers took it off, they just didn't put it back on. But you wouldn't really install a receiver if you didn't have a sensor. This is what I'm thinking. Okay. This is the water heater video. There's the safety pan. Now, a lot of home inspectors, I just want to get this out of the way. A lot of home inspectors will say that this flexible drain line is against code. And that's not true. There's not a code that addresses it. If this was threaded on the end here, that would be against code. That would be against code. And the fact that they put a nipple on here to get this on, no, actually they didn't. So I'm saying that's not a problem. There's not a code that specifies that. Now this should have been insulated, and where these lines get closer to the tank, the water supply lines, they should be insulated. Okay, those two lines should be insulated, and this should be insulated. This might be controversial to some, but no, I can't find a code that says that that's actually a problem. Here's the data plate where we learned that it's a 50-gallon water heater. So we've got a manufacturer's date on this in 2008. Okay, water heaters last about 10 years. They last about 10 years. So this water heater's done everything we would expect it to do. It's exceeded its economic life. Now, if it's working, it's working, I get that. But water heaters last about 10 years. It's 2022. It's manufactured in 2008.